Well, we're getting ready here for the second half. Bergen Catholic leads Immaculata 35-0, and we're going to have the stats, our stats man here, Raymond Saint, with Saint Stats, right?
DeRosa had an outstanding half at quarterback. He was 8 for 14 for 142 yards and 2 TD passes. He had a 35-yard deflection pass to Fabish with a great catch by Fabish, and one to McDermott to start the game off for 35 yards. DeFranco, outstanding running game at fullback, 11 carries for 40 yards. Tierney, the other tailback, 8 carries for 48 yards for 1 TD, and DeFranco had 2 TDs. Ruoff had a great kicker, great extra point kicker, had 5 extra points. On defense, Fabish plays an outstanding defense. He had 1 interception. Udo had 1 fumble recovery, and Toning did an outstanding defensive job. He was in I don't know how many rushes, causing Bechtold to go 1 for 9 for 1 yard in passing for Immaculata. Legacki, your outstanding fullback, who has averaged about 8 yards a carry coming into this game, has had 4 carries for a total of 3 yards. And Bethan, another outstanding back, has 3 carries for only a total 1 yard. So you can see, Larry, how the defense has dominated this game.
Well, teams are out of the field, and we saw, as Ray was talking, we saw the entire team for Immaculata come out, hold hands, one line, to show that they haven't given up. And again, John, we talked about it even last year, we talk about it many times. That's coaching.
Absolutely, and you know what you have, Larry, out there? You have a lot of sophomore and juniors who are playing with Immaculata, so this will be a team reckoned next year. And to me, you have to be together as a team. That holding hands at midfield is fantastic. It shows them that they're a team together and a team that's going to win against other squads. Not necessarily today, though. Today, Bergen Catholic's day, they played a picture-perfect ball game, first half.
I counted 27 players, either sophomores or juniors, on this Immaculata team, out of approximately, I would say, well, there's more on the other side here, but the predominantly sophomores and freshmen, and there was on the first group of names that we have here are some 35, 40 names. 27 of them are sophomores and juniors, so they're a coming team. Ruoff will be kicking off from our right to left. The wind has not picked up. This morning when I woke up, they said there's going to be wind gusts alert. I expected something like the Wizard of Oz. High end over end kick. It's fading, and it's taken by Gezel. And Giselle is a fumble, I think. Bergen Catholic said it's a fumble, but the referee says no.
Thank goodness the referee gave it the other way, because that would have put the game, it would have been the old turn out the light, the party's over, right?
Yeah, we're getting there. Eric Bechtold is the quarterback. And we're going to see, because they keep changing on us back and forth, the players. Bergen Catholic remains the same with their defense of Carfly, Bronson, Matisic, and Contrell up front. Contrell calling signals. He goes back, fumbles the handoff, and looks like Legacki was able to get his big right hand out there to get it, as the ball was just mishandled, John.
Well, it's a continuation of the first half that time, and the ball was dropped, loss of about 6 yards.
So it's going to bring up a second down and 16 yards to go. The ball is on the 24-yard line. They got to get the ball first down. It's somewhere close. Lost the marker here on the 40. So it's 2nd and 15. Bechtold calling signals. Torriello's back there. Bechtold is back. Rolls to his right. Throws down and no good. Intended for, looks like Bates, covered by Tierney. John?
Well, that time Bechtold was being chased by looks like 73 and 55, so Mr. Tonin and company, and that's a tough pass as you're running for your life and throwing the ball back. The receiver appears to have been open, but incomplete.
Well, it's a 3rd down now and 15 yards to go. As we said from the beginning, it's an overcast day. It's windy, but not overly windy. I was expecting gale force winds. I don't think the weather has much of an effect on the game. Bates is out to the right. Sacento's out to the left. Bechtold is back. Bechtold looks. Bechtold throws. Incomplete. Intended for Bates. Fabish and Tierney were around the ball. John?
Well, you had Bill Malloy. Bill Malloy that time, number 37, had the seam, except the ball was thrown to the opposite side of him, or else it could have been a big play, a play that Immaculata needed.
Well, Immaculata's going back to punt, and this has been very interesting to say the least. We're going to see who's punting now. We're going back to number 80, Bill Davis, a senior. Dropping back is Fabish.
Good
snap back. Davis comes forward. He kicks. Nice kick. Line drive kick to Fabish at about the 43. He angles to his left. Eludes one man. Eludes another. There's a wall down here. Fabish is going down the sideline. One man to beat his Davis. Cuts inside. And he's tackled by number 1, Oscar Bathin.
No, it's coming back.
There's a couple of flags back here,
John. There was an illegal block at inception, and you can see 2 flags there. And they'll take the flag at the 41, 42 yards, and definitely against Bergen. 15 yards.
That was a nice kick by Mr. Davis, who had a couple of bad kicks, Bill Davis, in the first half, but really uncorked a great kick here in the third quarter. You know what, John, I like to see that. He had a tough time in the first half, whatever it is, and now he got off one that was good. It's good to see.
And this is probably the toughest position for Bergen Catholic all day, on the 26-yard line. They haven't seen much today in that area.
So Bergen Catholic comes out. It looks as though the same offense is intact. McDermott comes out to the left. And Seth Damagey, number 24, is out to the right, taking Fabish's place. Hand off to Tierney, and Tierney is tripped up by Malloy, number 37. John?
Malloy is the player who they all look at, a tight end and a linebacker. He's got 16.5 sacks over the year, so you know he can run, hit, and play football.
Saniello is coming in along with Fabish, and we have a timeout on the field. The referee's calling on him. So when we return, we'll have 9:51 to go in the third quarter. Bergen Catholic leads 35-0 over Immaculata. There's an equipment problem here. Miller's in photo, looks like. And we have all sides against Immaculata. Looked like Joe Conti, a linebacker, come flying across.
Well, there's 5 yards as he went into the neutral zone, encroachment. Second and about 6 yards.
So it's going to bring up a second down and 5 yards to go. Justin Saniello. He's a sophomore. Cliffside Park kid, John. One of your neighbor of yours, maybe.
Saniello,
everybody's from Cliffside Park around here.
Well, it's a very productive town.
DeFranco.
Oh, he could have gone outside.
And DeFranco is tackled.
First down?
Yep.
I got a first down.
He was looking for some more room and kept banging into people, banged into his own man.
You know what he's doing, boy? He must have been talking to Vital because he's doing a lot of shake and bacon out there, and gain of about 6 yards in the first down.
Odo's back in. Angelo Odo's back in. He had a problem with his helmet, I think.
He probably broke it.
He went and get Control's helmet, I think. So McDermott comes out to the left. We have Fabish to the right. DeFranco and Tierney are in the eye. Tierney's deep in the eye. Sometimes he's up and DeFranco's back. This time it's Tierney back. Tierney has big hole off the fumble. The ball is rolling around and it's going to be recovered. Everything is gone right for Bergen Catholic. Recovered by?
Odo, number 71.
We keep mentioning his name, huh, Jim?
He's been playing quite a game. Number 71. 2 fumble recovery. 1 for, 1 against.
So it's second down and looks like 10 yards to go here.
As I'm sipping a little hot chocolate.
Oh, they're taking care of you up here, huh? Touchdown Club, Father's Club here.
We got one more for you.
Thank you. Nice fake. Throws out. DeFranco eludes one. And it's tackled as he gets across midfield, John.
I'm telling you, I'm watching old 34 DeFranco then. Stops on a dime, switches, goes the other way, and a first down. But the knee that time, I could see it. See, that's the only problem you have here. With the wet foot, footing, you're going to have problems. And sometimes you plant and you just don't move. And that time you took a little job on a knee.
Tierney comes out to the left. Fabish is to the right. Now Tierney's in the up back, as DeFranco is the deep back. Hand off to DeFranco, and skips over the line of scrimmage for maybe 2 or 3 yards. John?
And I have number 4 that time on the tackle, Joe Conti. And that play has been stopped most of the day. The linebackers jump into those open holes and they seal it off.
So 2nd down, 8 yards to go for Bergen Catholic. They're way out in front, 35-0 against Immaculatum. Saniello out to the left. Fabish to the right. Tierney, big hole off the left side. And Tierney still on his feet, breaks one. Ooh, half a step away from the end zone. And he was tackled down here, looks like by number 55.
Yeah, it looks like 55 and 85 I think it was. Sandborg was the one who made the play. But Tierney has been showing me a lot today with his running skills and elevating his legs as he's going downfield.
Well, there's a timeout on the field. When the play resumes, it'll be 3rd down and about a yard to go for a 1st down. DeFranco, big hole off the left side. And DeFranco slips as he's trying to cut to the outside.
It's tough out there, but he did what he was supposed to, pick up that 1st down, about 8 yards. And as he was making the move going to the left, the turf brought the tackle. That's one for the turf.
First and 10 on the 30. Eye back to Franco and Tierney. Ball's fumbled, picked up by DeRosa. And look at this, John. He fumbles the ball, and DeRosa able to pick the ball up and pick up a couple of yards instead of a loss.
Probably what Fred Stengel was playing was the Fumblerooski that time. He wanted 55 Ben Totem to carry the ball, or 59.
Everything is turning off Rosa's hand. Nothing is going for Immaculatum. Even a fumble. It should be a loss as a couple of yard pickup. So when things go right, they go right. When they go wrong, they go wrong. McDermott out to the left. Fabish is out to the right. Eye backs. DeFranco and Tierney, they interchange it up and back. Tierney has
nice move
over the guard position, and Tierney fights his way inside the 20.
First down.
First down, John.
Well, Bill Tierney epitomizes ball carrying to its best. Keep those legs kicking, and you're going to break a lot of tackles. He broke 2 tackles on his way to about 10, 12 yards in the first down.
So Bergen Catholic again is knocking at the door of Immaculata. They lead 35-0. Fabish is out to the right, and Saniello is out to the left. DeFranco taking his man for a ride.
And he had Alan Kidd. Alan Kidd was playing giddy up horsey that time, trying to hold him back, that runaway train. Joe DeFranco.
The ball is, if I look across the field, the ball is on about the 11, 12-yard line.
7
down
yards.
And 4 yards to go as DeFranco gave Kidd a nice little ride. He gave the kid a ride.
A free ride, 7 yards.
On the horsey. Fabish is out to the right. Eye backs. DeFranco, and he stopped, grabbed around the ankles by Mike Hayden, number 44, John.
Beautiful play that time, but that's the play. I guess they were going for the first down. It's very close. No, short about a yard. But once again, the Immaculata has done a great job up the middle.
And at this point, Bergen Catholic is just using their ground game and just grinding it out. They're leading 35-0. Siniello to the left, Fabish to the right, way out Fabish to the right. DeRosa's calling signals. 3rd and short, eye back. DeFranco just shy of 5, but enough for a first, John.
First down, and today he's been running gingerly and going left and right, and a first down.
Kidd again, Alan Kidd made the tackle. So this is just a methodical drive by Bergen Catholic. It's first and goal. The ball's on the 7-yard line. Tierney and DeFranco pro set. Fabrish is on the wing. Hand off to DeFranco, and he gets across the 5. John?
Great defense that time by Joe Aconte up front, and a stop, gain of about a yard. And you're right, they're trying to get rid of the clock. Right now, eliminate the time, maybe score one more time, and thank you very much. Let's wait for Paramus Catholic.
Yeah, what was the final score? We hit the latest score we heard there, 35-0. Paramus Catholic over Seton Hall Prep. So that brings up possibly a game next week. What?
36? 36-0. 36-0, but that was in about the second quarter, I think.
Tierney
I like him as a running
goes to
back.
the goal line and held out at the 2-yard line. John?
That was a great defensive play. What I like about Tierney runs, waits for the blocks, and another piggyback ride, this time for no gain.
So it's a 3rd down and goal. The ball is on the 3-yard line, and what this is doing for all intents and purposes is really taking the clock all the way down to almost nothing here in the 3rd quarter. There's 1 minute, 52 seconds to go, and the clock is running. DeRosa calling signals. Fabrish is in motion, and Malloy comes flying across the line, and it's going to be a penalty. But John, it's not going to be much because they're on the 2. So
They'll get about a yard, maybe a yard and a quarter, closer to the end zone.
So it's 3rd and goal. I'm looking at the marker. It's easy to see. It's about the 1.5 yards. Fabrish is in motion. DeFranco will not be denied as he goes in for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Joe
Beautiful run.
DeFranco, touchdown from 2 yards out.
And that was from the left, once again, following 59, Matisic, Tonin, etc., and a touchdown.
So it's 41-0 now, and I guess we could say this game is sealed officially. Might have been sealed a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, it's the right. If you're a coach on the opposing team that's losing, that's the type of drive you don't mind seeing. Run, and get the clock so everybody can go home and watch some football or basketball today.
So Ruoff will attempt his 6th point after. Kick is up, and it's good. And there's some more money to Francola's own the Tonin.
$12.
1 minute, 17 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Bergen Catholic takes a commanding lead over Immaculata, 42-0. Oh, the kickoff. Are you on?
I am.
Oh, John's on the camera. Can you believe this? Big John here.
John has the versatility.
Yeah, well, we're changing batteries up here.
Watch now the plays that I call, Larry.
John's doing the camera, and he's
I've been wanting to do this all year.
All right. First and 10 for the Spartans on the 30-yard line. Bechtold out, looks, throws, incomplete. Intended for number 42. That's Bill Adams. Hey, John, how you like doing the camera? Now you got to talk and do the camera.
That's kind of tough. I'm doing bad as far as placing the pictures in the right spot, though, Larry. That's all right.
Listen, what do you think, Dr. Ray?
It's just going to be a blowout here.
No, what about John?
John is always Mr. Versatility here, you know.
It's kind of tough.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm looking at the monitor. He's doing an outstanding.
I'm giving you a little. Now watch this. We'll go right back in. We'll zoom in.
All right.
Look at that QB.
2nd down, 10 yards to go.
And it
Handoff to Betham. And he's up to about the 35-40-yard line, 35-yard line.
Not
Where it's
bad.
going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. Okay, John, want to talk about that?
That was a great play that time, Larry. The quarterback waited, gave him the ball. Good, safe call. 3rd and 5.
That's their biggest offensive run of the game there.
That's right. That might be their biggest offensive run in the day.
Little flea flicker. They're calling the play. Little flea flicker.
Well, yeah.
Where is he?
3rd down. 5 yards to go.
Too much
And there's
time?
a whistle. Well, that's it. That's going to be the third quarter. So the third quarter ends with Bergen Catholic leading Immaculata 42-0. Third down as we start the fourth quarter. Handoff to Legacki, and again, nothing, maybe a half a yard loss.
Outstanding defense. Ben Tonin has got to have 14, 15 tackles today.
Bergen Catholic would like to thank the Bergen County Police.
So it's going to bring up a fourth down, and I guess they're, well, I don't know, John. You think you want to punt here? I guess you may have to. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you might as well at this point, because if you give the ball here, it's going to be another score.
And Sergeant Tim McCarthy,
But once again,
State Police.
yeah, here's your punting situation.
Here we go, number 80 now. Bill Davis is back.
In court. Remember, when it's only
Snap, ball comes back, he goes forward.
for safety.
Side angle. Fabish has it at 33, and he's run out of bounds. And he's pulled way out of bounds. Well, we have a new quarterback for Bergen Catholic.
Also, the cameraman.
The cameraman's back. Mark Ruoff, and the flags go flying all over the place.
Number 33.
Chris Polk is number 33. He's back there. Number 36, Ron Basiglia.
Illegal procedure against the Crusaders.
So the Crusaders have illegal procedure. Well, you're going to have that with a whole new team in there. We're going to try to see who's in there. Number 50, Tom Miller. Number 51, Jim Stokes. Bob Contralis in there, 73. He's been in there. Ryan Coughlin is number 77. Ayala is out to the left. He's in there now. Ruoff is calling signals.
Oh, there's a
And
penalty.
Malloy comes
Malloy.
offside again.
Well, we just give it the 5 yards right back, and first down, 10 yards to go.
Hogan, Duke Hogan is the tight end, number 89. I think we got everybody there. Number 56, Lou Russo is a guard. So they're putting in their second team now, John.
Well,
Getting
yeah,
the sophomores and juniors in.
there's nothing wrong with that. The final outcome has been decided.
Seth Damagy is in there with Chris Polk. Hand off to Polk. And Polk picks up about 5 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5. We're going to try to get as many of these kids in, their names in as possible. We can follow. So you got to bear with us a little bit. We're going to be searching and clawing here.
Well,
John?
that's what's good about these games. You know, you're at a point, it's after the season's over, it's the playoff. You got to get everybody in and make sure you put some ink in that book.
Center is Jim Stokes. He comes up. So Ruoff is the quarterback. Damagy is one running back. Polk is the other.
They're blitzing.
Fumble. Polk
Fumble, ball was right.
And it's picked up by
Looks like number 39 for Greg Gershner.
Greg Gershner.
Jeff was just laying there, Larry, in the middle of the field as everybody was tackling the ball carrier until number 39 went over and got the ball.
Bergen Catholic comes out to play defense now. On that fumble, the ball's on the 40-yard line. Contrell is there, full house backfield. Bechtold is back. Bechtold throws. Incomplete. Intended for number 42, Billy Adams. John?
It was a great thrown ball by Bechtold that time, but it was right through the hand and in the sun. Right here, the sun is hitting you right in the face at that point, making it tough for 42.
So it looks like next week, next Monday night, it'll be Bergen Catholic and Paramus Catholic, and get my seat ready now.
Well, Saturday will be a very crowded day here. Between 5,000 and 10,000 will be here as Bergen County will be playing off.
Penarello's out to the left. Quick inside handoff to Legacki, and he picked up maybe 3 yards, but he hasn't done much today. He's been stymied all day by the defense of Bergen Catholic.
And that was 72, Brian Bosman making the play that time. He made All-County, by the way, Brian Brosnan, as I'm announcing some of these before they're actually official.
That's a WCTV exclusive.
A reminder that WCTV will be broadcasting this game
Bates.
on Monday, December 14th.
Bates is out to the left.
On the TIC Cable Network.
Long count by Bechtold. Bechtold rolls to his left. Straightens up and throws downfield for Malloy. What a catch by Malloy on the 15-yard line. Well, it took most of the game, but we finally got a chance to see the athletic skills of Bill Malloy from Immaculata. John?
Well, that was your first down in the ball game for Immaculata, and Bill Malloy, who's been highly rated as a wideout and as well as at 16.5 tackles, sacks, I should say. He's a phenomenal ball player and a first down.
So Malloy makes a fantastic catch. First and 10. Now, is that the first down of the game?
Yes, it was.
So with 8:50 to go in the game, Immaculata gets his first down. Bechtold looks, he's got Bates, and throws him back of him. Bates was wide open, he threw him back of him. Fabish was coming up for the play, but he was wide open, John.
The ball should have been thrown a little bit earlier that time, and you would have had a completion, and as he decided to throw, it's to the backhand.
So it's going to bring up a second down and 10 yards to go. The ball's on the 16-yard line of Bergen Catholic. There's 8:39 to go in the game. It's 42-0. Bergen Catholic over Immaculata. Torriello is in the backfield now, and the hand fake. Daki goes back, throws downfield, it's completed. And I lost the number of the guy who caught the ball, Legacki. Glenn Legacki caught that one, John.
Well, a great catch that time, fully extended, parallel to the ground as he makes the play. And it looks like the Immaculata offense is starting to rev it up a little bit.
Well, I think they would like to score here. They don't want to go away shut out. They would like to put something up on the board.
They're on a 10-yard line, so third and about 4. Good opportunity, 2-down situation, and you got to hope for them to score here.
You'd like to see that, huh? You'd like to see that, huh? Bechtold hands off inside to Batham.
And that's the guy we've been calling all day, Mr. Odo, 71, who's getting more playing time.
So Batham, they're going to call it no gain. 4th and 4 from the 10. They got to get to about the 6-yard line for the first down. And we'll just see where that goes now, John. 4th down.
Little option pass, would you say?
Bechtold is calling signals.
There's your option pass.
Rolls,
Wide
throws,
open.
the Bates.
Oh, there's a
no
flag.
Good.
No flag?
No flag there,
All
no.
right.
The ball was past him when
Mark.
Fabish hit him.
Mark was looking around.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the play, you know what it was? It probably was uncatchable ball, so no penalty. Good defense.
So Bergen Catholic takes over on down with 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the game. They lead 42-0. Well, we lost our cameraman. He took off.
About 9 yards that
9
time.
yards.
Demergy.
Damagey, right?
Yeah.
Damagey ran off left. Was it the guard, John?
Yeah,
For
so off
9
the
yards?
right side, right between the guard and tackle, 9 yards. Almost 10.
You
And
never
you know
know.
it's snowing out there, Larry.
What?
No snow.
Oh, it could be a little flurry. There's about a half a yard to go for a first. Off, hands off to, looks like Polk, and he has enough as he gets across the 20-yard line for a first down. So it's a first down for Bergen Catholic. So Bergen Catholic just wants a nice, easy, steady drive, get out of here with no injuries now. You don't want nobody injured at this point in the game. You don't want injuries at any point in the game, but
That's true.
you really don't want any injuries right now.
Just something, Bergen Catholic is ranked 16th in the country in USA Today. The only other team in New Jersey is Union, which is 5. So this should help the standings, and Bergen should move up a couple of slots.
The Bisiglia is on the wing. Damagey has. And Damagey's going to the outside. He's gone. There's nobody there. Got him. Where'd he come from? Damagey was running for a touch. John?
Oscar with 4.5 speed decided to make it a foot race and stops him right at past midfield.
So said Damagey, a senior, 5'10", 175-pounder, was running to the end zone, and Oscar Bethman got him from behind and saved the tackle.
The
saved
old
the touchdown.
sophomore said, "I'll catch you. There's no problem.
Wow.
I can burn."
That's amazing. That kid's a sophomore, Oscar Bethman. 5'6", 175-pound sophomore.
Great running back.
Poke, the outside, and Poke falls across the 30.
That was an outstanding running. As Tony Gazelle tried to stop him, he bounced off him and gained another 7-8 yards for a first down.
So Damagey and Polk are doing a lot of damage here. They're running wild here. You get some of the plays here for Immaculata. They've made some wholesale changes. Number 72, Chris Gullick. Number 55 is Scott Marotta. They're on the line. Number 63 is Rob Helwig. Pick up a few more for you. Peter Sigley's on the wing. Here comes Damagey. And he goes to the outside, loses one, still going down the sidelines, and just tripped up. Tripped up by Bates. John?
Tell you what, that was another exciting run. Inside, outside, gain of 15 yards, and Mr. Bates saved the touchdown. Also a sophomore.
So said Damagey, doing some fine running here.
Remember, some of these running backs being second team would be first team in most other teams that you play against.
Ruoff is calling signals. The ball is inside the 10. It's first and goal. Polk goes to the outside. One man out there to beat. He eludes that man to the 5, to the 3, and knocked out of bounds. John?
Looks like something came out of the dirt and knocked him down. Could have been a mole out there. Little groundhog type on a 3-yard line. Stopping for the score.
So it's second and goal. Ball is, if I can get it on the monitor, get a little closer there.
About the 3-yard line.
Yeah, okay. 3:54 to go in the game. DeBisigli is on the wing. Ayala is out. Handoff to Damagey. Fumbles the ball. Oh, he got down to the goal line, dove for it, was hit by Bates, and the ball came out, and it was recovered
by Guy Cunningham, number 76. I love that. That was good.
Well,
the cameraman for Immaculata. That's the break that they've been waiting for. They got him where they want him.
They still got them. Gotta have your sense of humor, huh?
Excellent, yeah.
Nobody got hurt.
That's true. That's the key.
And they stopped them.
And the sun comes. Here comes the sun. Everything is coming up, Rosa.
No, we're
now for
catching everything
Immaculata.
today. Snow. The snow is coming down. It's the first time we did a football game in the snow. Any kind of snow? Is it? Yeah.
We had it. No, we had the Thanksgiving Day, Westwood against Demers.
Did it snow that day?
Yeah. Well, there was snow on the ground.
No, I mean, do we ever do a game in the snow? We had snow? I don't think so. I don't remember. I can check the old memory banks here. Yeah, there's your clouds. What clouds are those, John? Nimbulus.
Well, they're definitely nimbus. Nimbus means rain cloud.
Is it a nimbulus?
Nimbus. N-I-M-B-U-S. Nimbus.
Okay. It's not nebulous, is it?
No. Nebulous is something else.
Okay. 2:45 to go. Second and 8. We're just winding down here now. The crowd files out of here, Crusader Stadium.
And that was Mike Bates with the carry.
Very little here today. Dr. Ray shaking his head here offensively. BC just cut them down.
Nebulous.
What did he say?
This Captain Nemo submarine.
Was it nebulous?
No, that wasn't the case.
What was the name of the Captain Nemo submarine? Go ahead.
I have to reach back for that.
Like, oh, I don't know that one.
I'll probably get it before the end of the day.
Okay. I hope you do, because I don't know the answer. Sims is deep in the eye.
Mike Hayden back to
Long throw. Incomplete.
It was a great throw that time.
That was by Mike Hayden, new quarterback.
Threw the ball about 45 yards in the air with the breeze.
Pass intended for Bates. Fabish was covering it.
Threw a nice tight spiral that time.
Hayden is a junior, John, so he may be throwing the ball around for Immaculata next year.
It could be passing the baton right now for the next player to take over the Immaculata offense next year.
So we have 1 minute, 53 seconds to go in the game. The field clock is official because the official's standing right next to me. Can't get more official than that. Right? Is that a Yogi Berrism? It's official because the official's here.
You've had several of those comments today, by the way. Yogi Berry's been running wild.
Davis is back to punt. Come on, get one off.
Good
All
punt.
right, nice kick. End over end. Hits at the 40 and stays there. Doesn't move. Like it was shot.
That's right. That's just what I was thinking
What's
about. Sam Snead or Jack Nichols would have loved that kind of shot if the flag was right there. We were right into the hole.
You know, we got 1 minute and 41 seconds to go. I don't want to tell you, John, I think we're surrounded by golfers. We got the Immaculata people here. They're golfers, and old Ray Saint here is a big golfer. Loves to golf. Huh? Correct? Yeah, big golfer. You and I don't golf, though.
We saw some shanks. We saw some
I don't know. When you hit the ball this way.
slices. We know
hooks.
that, those
Slice, hooks.
That's why I don't play golf. I slice all the time.
Damagey around the right side. And Seth is tripped up as he picks up 2 or 3 yards.
A couple of new players coming in for Bergen. Brian Coughlin is coming in, 79.
Verisco, number 18.
From Washington Township.
Yes. Matt Verisco. He's a junior.
Son of Phil Verisco. Phil Verisco.
Oh, we have a report here. Might be a bucket brigade here going to hit.
Oh, they look that way. Look at this. Yep. Oh,
Here
it's
comes the
gonna be
bucket.
cold.
Here comes the bucket. There goes Polk down the sideline.
It's going to come back, though.
Yeah, it is.
And
Oh, the ice. We got to see this. That's one of the assistants. That's not the
not
coach.
too happy. Look at him. Oh, yeah, he's happy. Look at this. Here comes one for Fred Stengel.
No, no. Oh, that's one of your friends down there, right? Sylvester, yeah.
I also saw a snowball. They're making ice balls out there right now. Look at that. Mark Fabish and all making snowballs right now.
So there's 18 seconds to go. The game is over now. Just one time for Bergen Catholic.
They're having a snowball fight out there. Look at this. Johnny Franco threw a snowball at Mark Fabish.
So that's it. The game comes to an end with snowballs. The final score here at Crusader Stadium. Bergen Catholic 42, Immaculata nothing. John, everything went right for Bergen Catholic, especially in the first half, and they just put it on. They just put it on cruise control here in the second half. Shut them down.
It was a great game. Tremendous offense for Bergen Catholic. Defense, 42-0, and I was impressed the way Immaculata came back out in the second half and played a real great game. 1 touchdown, throwing the ball extremely well. Great game.
Okay, we're going to try to get on the field and close this game up and have a few comments about this game and what's coming up next week in just a moment. the field now, and way to my right is Mr. DeRosa, and over here is Mr. Fabbage. I'm going to start with him because he's closer to me. You caught a touchdown pass and made an interception. Tell me about the touchdown pass. It was deflection.
Well, it was a play-action pass, and we've been running the ball right up the gut the whole game up to that point. And I gave him a little move, and I got him to bite, and Mark just threw the ball up, and luckily after it was tipped, it fell right in my hands. I was pretty lucky, to be honest with you.
And what about the interception?
Well, all week we've been concentrating mostly on defense because we knew our offense could score the points, and we knew that to win we'd have to play great defense. So we were all really up, and they really didn't have anybody covered on that play. So I guess the quarterback just threw it in. He threw it right to me.
Rocky went to a quick hurry-up offense, and in the first series you threw a touchdown pass at McDermott. You want to explain what kind of pass that was and how you were running it?
That was just a quick dig pattern across the middle, and we're trying to spread them out defensively with that set so we could use our line versus their line because we felt we had the bigger line, more physical, and we could take it to them on the ground.
John?
Mark, what about your offensive line? I mean, I watched them all day on the touchdown that Larry's talking about. I counted 12 seconds before you released that ball. What do you have to say about your offensive line?
I owe a lot to them. I really do.
You thinking about the dinner tonight?
I don't know about that. But,
Can we come? You have to do that.
Today was the first time I've been sacked all year, and I got to give credit to them because it was really a coverage sack. I was forced out of pocket, and there was no one open.
When you were running over to this side, I think.
Yeah.
Beautiful play.
Mr. Ray had something to say here.
Well, John, he had a great game. He was 9 for 15, 156 yards, and 2 TDs. And he handled that offense beautiful, especially at the beginning of the game when they had a quick hurry-up offense. He was composed out there. He didn't rush or anything, and I knew the game would be a controlled game, as we talked about earlier before the game, because of the field conditions. And you did a super job, young man, and you got a great future ahead of you.
Thanks a lot.
Like before we let you go, we heard up in the booth that Paramus Catholic was winning, I think 36-0. Now you're laughing and you're laughing, all right? Now next week, Paramus Catholic, you on defense, Campanile. And there's 4 receivers. We did the Paramus Catholic St. Joe's game. Are you going to be staying awake nights thinking of those 4 receivers of Clark and Noble and Wallach and Mazzarone?
Well, yesterday we walked into our locker room and we saw a note on one of the lockers. It said, if you don't get ready to play, if you're thinking about Paramus Catholic now, you're going to lose and you won't get a chance to play PC, and you're going to be watching from the bleachers. And we're just happy to get a chance to play them. From the beginning of the year, all they've been in the papers about how good PC is, how high-powered their offense is. To be honest with you, I think our offense is just as high-powered, if not more.
Well, let's talk to the offensive man here who throws the ball. What are you looking forward to? What do you expect next week when you look at that defense?
Their defense it's a little shaky in the beginning. I saw them play Clifton, but as the season's gone on, they've really gotten aggressive and they're good. We think we're more physical on the line. We think we got bigger guys that could push them around, and we expect to take it right to them. Like Coach Stengel said, we respect everyone, but we fear no one.
Yeah, I saw Paramus Catholic play against Nutley, and Campanile played linebacker, and he really shored up their defense. So that's going to help their defense a lot. But the only problem is he usually gets a little bit exhausted at the end of the game from doing that. So it should be a tough game next week. High scoring.
I think we expect about between 5,000 and 10,000 people here next week, and we've done, I guess, the Bergen not the Bergen Catholic, the St. Joe's Paramus Catholic game where Vito Campanile played both linebacker. I'll tell you what, at the end of the game, he's a super young man. You're going to love him. All these 2 teams will get together. Whoever wins the final game, it means a lot to the winning team, but the losing team doesn't lose that much. And I expect a high-scoring game, a lot of throwing, both quarterbacks to step up, right? A couple of touchdowns. Prediction of that game? What do you think? It's a game when we played yet. You're going to win,
sure.
right?
I'm really not sure. I just want to come out composed, not let the hype of the whole situation get to me. Just want to keep my head on straight. We'll do all right.
Super.
I want to congratulate both you gentlemen. Great game. We'll see you next week. Best of luck, huh? John and Ray and I will be back to finish up this game in one moment. If we can stay warm. We've been talking back with Joe Cesari when we did the St. Joe's Hoboken game. It was a very warm night. We're cold now. The temperature probably the high 30s and the wind chill is very low. And we talked about a game, Paramus Catholic and St. Joe's, in November 9th. And as we got close to that, you and I like to dream a lot. I know we talked to Ray. Paramus Catholic, Bergen Catholic. Could be the game. Bergen Catholic hasn't seen a game like this maybe 10 years in my time, 15 years. Could be a great game. Could be a high-scoring game. If the weather, December or 11 can be very, very cold. Nice day. We could have a very high-scoring game. 40 points can be scored by either team next week.
Yeah, you got two high-powered offenses and two great quarterbacks. Two fine, outstanding quarterbacks who have fine touches and great receivers and great runners. It proves to be an outstanding game to come here next week to see a great high school game.
The one key factor, you hope that there's no wind, like today. This kills a quarterback, even though today Mark DeRosa had a great game thrown. But Vito will throw the ball to Zach Taylor, to his receivers, and then of course you got your McDermott, you got your Fabish, you got your Tierney, and you got a tremendous, well-coached machine, a great machine here. And Bergen Catholic wants to win, and a couple of miles over is Bergen Catholic. So, I mean, excuse me, Paramus Catholic. So
both teams are very close to each other in distance.
It just may come down to the defenses to see who can hold the scoring down.
You got a game, it's 51-50, and the last play is defense. I go, what a defensive play. I won that game, 51-50. We're going to close it off here. For everyone who put the show on, for Bob Vichich, who's on the camera in the booth, for Ida Studi, who's been running around here on the field getting these field shots, John Francola, Ray Saint, Larry LaFury, we hope you enjoyed today's game. Final score, Bergen Catholic 42. Immaculata nothing. Thank you, and keep watching Channel 19, WCTV, the video voice of Washington Township.